These days, a new caravan range simply isn't complete without a fixed twin berth layout, and the Bailey Pegasus is no exception. It's called the Rimini, it costs a little over £18,000, and it's packed with kit. Built using Bailey's Alutech construction, it comes with alloy wheels, an external 230 volt plug socket, and some pretty natty front windows and graphics. What you won't get, of course, is Alco's ATC trailer control system, which has been deleted for 2016, and although you can see them on the van behind me, it won't come with air conditioning or a motor mover unless you specify them as options. Most of the services are relegated to the offside of the van, apart from the toilet, whose cassette is accessed from the rear wall thanks to Bailey's Alutech design, and the hookup cable, which unfortunately plugs in on the near side, and you'll have to be careful not to trip over it when you've got your awning out. Losing the ATC means Bailey's been able to upgrade the kit inside. It's gone from a Truma Combi 4 heating system to a Truma Combi 6, and in the lounge here it's got the new Dream Sleep system. Now, I slept here last night, so I can vouch for the fact that it is really comfortable. I particularly like these high backrests. They look good and they're really good to sit on. They feel very domestic. I'd rather have a little bit more knee roll underneath, and it could be a little bit wider for a lounge bed, but other than that, it's pretty much ideal. It's finished in the standard upholstery, which is much lighter than the dark option, and I think it suits it much better. Add in the overhead roof light and that lovely big front window, and it's really bright and airy in here. The kitchen design borrows heavily from the flagship Unicorn 3. That means you get a really good sized slimline tower refrigerator on the near side, and over here on the off side you get the rather natty island unit that pushes out into the middle of the van. It creates a good separation between the lounge and the kitchen, and also makes space for a really good sized 3-shelved unit beneath with a neat pull-out cutlery drawer. The worktop above has plenty of space, but should you need more, there's the obligatory pop-up flap. There are plenty of other really nice details in this kitchen. I like the fact that the 4-burner hob with a separate electric hot plate and 3 gas burners is moved slightly away from the bulkhead, so there's room for your panhandles to one side. And the Truma controller here is mounted so that if you're in the lounge or the kitchen, you can access it without having to stand up or move across the van. And there's 2 sockets, which is great news. It means you can run your kettle and your toaster at the same time. My one quibble really is the fact that the microwave, which is standard kit, is mounted directly above the hob, which isn't ideal if the hob's on and you've got hot plates coming out from up high. Now, this bedroom area is the main reason why people will be looking at a Rimini. The advantages of fixed twin berths are pretty well known. For couples, it means you can get up and go to the loo in the night without disturbing each other, and for families they provide real flexibility. You can put the kids down in here to sleep and pull the screen across, and then make up the lounge later on when you've had a glass of wine or your dinner together. The berths themselves are really comfortable. They've got proper mattresses. The one on the near side is plenty long enough for a 6-footer. The one on the off side a little bit shorter, so you'll need to check whether it'll accommodate you both before you buy. There's plenty of storage options here too. There are 6 overhead lockers, 5 of them shelved, and a little open locker which has a TV point to match the one that's up front on the front shelf. There are little shelves and spotlights for reading by at night, and there are other really good storage options underneath the bed. On the near side you'll find a lined locker with external access, the perfect place to put your muddy gear, and there's another one of those up front. On the off side you'll find the storage for the table, which is great news. It means you don't have to traipse into the bathroom, move all your clothes aside and remove it from the wardrobe. It is quite heavy though, so you need to be careful when taking it in and out. The full width end washroom is impressively equipped. There's a massive wardrobe which has a dirty clothes basket beneath and a useful shelf for linens on top. And there's an enormous shower cubicle with LED spotlights and an Eco Camel shower head. The space is perhaps a little bit compromised to be used as a changing room, but there is a blown air outlet in here, so it should get warm quickly enough. My only other issue is that the window isn't frosted, so it does lack a little bit of privacy. Now, the Rimini doesn't exactly want for competition in the marketplace. There are plenty of other manufacturers offering this layout, but it does give you quite a lot of luxury at really quite a low price, well undercutting the flagship Unicorn model. It costs a little over 18,000 quid and it weighs in at a very reasonable 1,450 kilos. So if you're on a reasonably tight budget but you don't want to skimp on home comforts, it's definitely well worth a look.